Why being too nice pushes women away, the psychology behind it. What I'm about to tell you will make you question everything you thought you understood about attraction. Every relationship you've ever had, every woman who slipped through your fingers, every time you looked in the mirror and asked, "What does he have that I don't?" Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal a psychological truth so raw, so uncomfortable, that once you understand it, you'll never chase another woman again. You won't need to, because from that moment on, they'll start chasing you. You see, most men have been living under a complete illusion. Everything you've been told about why women fall for bad boys is dead wrong. It's not because they love pain. It's not because they're broken. And it's not because nice guys finish last by some cruel twist of fate. The real reason runs much deeper, hidden in the human mind. Rooted in instinct, emotion, and the way attraction truly works. And when you finally see it, when you finally connect the dots, every confusing breakup, every "I just don't feel it anymore," every "you're such a great guy, but" will finally make sense. So listen carefully, because what I'm about to share might sting at first, but it's the truth you've needed to hear all along. Comment right now if you've ever been that guy, the nice guy. The one who did everything right, and still ended up alone. Because after this video, you'll never see dating the same way again. Don't you dare scroll away. It's about to get dark. What's up, everyone? Before we dive into this psychological breakdown, do me one favor. Hit that like button if you've ever treated a woman like a queen, only to watch her fall for someone who treated her like an afterthought. Because today, we're going to destroy that confusion forever. Here's what's about to happen in the next few minutes. I'm going to tell you about 3 men. One of them is probably you. One of them can get almost any woman he wants. And the last one, what happened to him will shake you. By the end of this story, you'll understand exactly why being too good can make you invisible, and why indifference, handled right, creates desire. Drop "Yes, I'm ready" in the comments, because once we begin, you might not look at yourself the same way again. Step 1. The confession that changes everything. Let me start with something that might make you uncomfortable. A confession. Because I used to be that guy. The one who'd drive 3 hours just to bring a girl soup when she was sick. The one who'd cancel plans with his friends if she wanted to hang out. The one who'd send those long, heartfelt good morning paragraphs hoping she'd see how much he cared. And if you're honest, maybe you've been that guy too. I thought that's what love was. I thought loyalty meant always putting her first. I thought consistency and effort would make her stay. But you know how many of those women I'm still with today? 0, not 1. Because here's the thing no one tells you. Sometimes, too much devotion feels like weakness. It doesn't inspire respect, it drains it. Last month, I ran into one of my exes, Sarah, at a coffee shop. It's been years. She's married now, and at first, we just exchanged small talk. But then she looked at me, paused for a moment, and said something that made my blood run cold. "You know, I still think about you sometimes. You were too good to me." Too good. That phrase hit me like a punch to the chest. Pause the video right now and tell me in the comments. Have you ever heard something like that before? Too good. Too nice. You deserve better. You probably thought it was a compliment. But it's not, because what she said next changed everything I thought I knew about attraction. She told me the exact moment she realized she had to leave. And when you hear it, you'll finally understand why being too good is the worst position a man can be in. Comment, "Too good," if you think you know where this is going, because I promise you don't. Step 2. The story that will haunt you. Sarah looked me straight in the eyes, calm, sincere, and said, "Remember that night when I got upset about you going out with your friends? I was testing you. I wanted you to stand up to me. I wanted you to say, 'Sarah, you're overreacting.' and I'm going out anyway. But instead, you canceled your plans to make me feel better." Then she said the words that froze me in place. "That's when I knew you weren't the one." Hold up, let that sink in for a second. She wanted me to push back. She wanted me to have a boundary. She wanted me to show strength. And instead, I gave in, because I thought that's what love looked like. But to her, that was the moment I lost her. Because when I canceled those plans, I didn't just give up a night with my friends. I gave up my self-respect. I told her, without realizing it, that she could control my choices with her emotions. And from that moment on, she knew she didn't have to earn me. She already had me, completely. That's when I became predictable, safe, comfortable, and ultimately, boring. Smash that like button if this story is hitting way too close to home right now. Because I know, you've been there. You've done everything right, and somehow it still wasn't enough. You gave your best, and got nothing in return. But here's the truth that most men refuse to accept. A woman doesn't fall for the man who gives her everything. She falls for the man who gives her something she can't quite control, the feeling of earning his attention. And what Sarah said next revealed the pattern that explains it all, a psychological loop every woman follows. Even if she's not aware of it, when you understand this pattern, you'll finally see why the bad boys, the ones who seem careless, unattached, confident, always win. It's not because they're better looking or richer. It's because they trigger something ancient, a part of her that craves emotional challenge, not comfort. And once you understand that pattern, you'll never look at relationships the same way again. Comment. Pattern. If you're starting to connect the dots, because what comes next is where it all clicks. But before we go there, before we break down the psychological secret hidden inside that moment, I want you to stop and really think about this. How many times have you silenced yourself just to keep the peace? How many times have you sacrificed what you wanted just to make her happy? And how many times did it backfire, leaving you wondering why the more you gave, the less she seemed to care? There's a reason for that. It's not random. It's not bad luck. It's psychology. And in page 2, we're going to break it open completely, so you'll finally understand why emotional control, not effort, determines attraction. Stay with me, because this is where everything starts to make sense. Step 3. The psychology that will blow your mind. Here's the psychological revelation that flips everything you've ever believed about attraction. Women don't fall for the men who need them. They fall for the men who choose them. Think about it. When someone needs you, there's no freedom in that connection. It's desperation. It's survival. It's clinging to something because you're afraid to lose it. But when someone chooses you, when they could walk away at any time, yet they stay, that's real power. That's value. Let me give you 2 examples. There's Mike. He texts his girlfriend every hour. Says, "I love you," 10 times a day. He checks her Instagram stories. Overthinks every delay in her replies. And spirals the moment she doesn't text back. His world revolves around her, and deep down, she knows it. Then there's David. He's grounded, centered. He has his own mission, his own goals, and his own sense of peace. When he tells his girlfriend, "I choose to be with you because you add value to my life, not because I can't live without you," he means it. He's not performing. He's choosing. Now let me ask you, who do you think got cheated on last month? Exactly. It's not that women want to hurt the Mikes of the world. It's that emotional dependence drains attraction faster than anything else. Because when you need someone, you hand them your power. There's a moment, a split-second decision, in every relationship when she silently decides whether you're a Mike or a David. And once that line is drawn, there's no going back. So pay attention, because this next part explains exactly when and how that decision happens. Step 4. The moment that destroys relationships. Every relationship has what I call the test moment. It's subtle, it's unspoken, but it's the moment that decides whether she sees you as a strong, grounded man, or someone she can control. It might look like this. She starts an argument that makes no sense. She flirts with another guy to make you jealous. She pushes your boundaries, just to see what you'll do. Or maybe she asks you to cancel something important, just to prove how much she matters to you. And here's where most men fail. They fold, they give in, they drop everything, thinking that being understanding will make her love them more. But that's not how attraction works. The men who pass this test, the ones who make her heart race even when she's angry, are the ones who stand firm. They can look her in the eyes and say calmly, "I love you, but I won't tolerate this." And that sentence changes everything. Because deep down, she doesn't want a man she can control, she wants a man she can trust. A man who won't lose himself just to please her. That's strength, that's presence. Now let's get real for a second. Think back. Has anyone ever tested you like that? Did you hold your ground? Or did you fold? Be honest with yourself. Because what I'm about to explain will finally reveal why those tests even exist in the first place. And it's not about manipulation. It's not about games. It's something far more primal. Step 5. The evolutionary secret they don't want you to know. Here's where it gets deep, uncomfortably deep. For thousands of years, a woman's survival depended on one thing: choosing the right man. Not the nicest man, not the most agreeable man, but the one who could protect her and her children when life got dangerous. Back then, the biggest sign of strength wasn't muscles or aggression. It was the ability to walk away from a losing battle. Because the man who stayed and fought every fight to impress her, he didn't survive. But the man who could step back, evaluate, and walk away, he lived to protect, to provide, to rebuild. His children survived. His legacy continued. Fast forward to today, we're not cavemen anymore. But our brains haven't changed much. Women are still instinctively drawn to men who can walk away. Not because they want to be abandoned, but because deep down, it signals something ancient: strength, stability, survival. Now, here's the twist. It's not just about walking away. It's about why you walk away. The men who storm out of anger or pride aren't strong, they're reactive. But the men who walk away from disrespect, dishonesty, or indifference, they radiate something rare: self-respect. Let me give you an example. There was this guy, James. He was dating a woman who constantly canceled their plans at the last minute. Most men would have made excuses for her, begged for her attention, tried harder to prove their worth. James didn't. He simply said, "I can see that spending time with me isn't a priority for you, and that's okay. But I'm going to invest my energy in people who value it." Then he walked away. Guess what happened next? Within days, she reached out, not out of guilt, but out of respect. Because for the first time, she saw him differently. She saw strength. That's the power of walking away for the right reason. The ultimate revelation. The final secret. Now we've come full circle. The final truth that ties everything together is this: the man women truly want isn't the one who walks away to get them. He's the one who walks away to respect himself. Because when you walk away just to manipulate someone, to make them chase you, you're still being needy. You're still basing your worth on their reaction. That's not strength, that's strategy. But when you walk away because you refuse to lie to yourself, because you know you deserve better, that's when everything changes. True attraction isn't about control. It's about honesty. It's about integrity. It's about the quiet power of a man who says, "I'm not staying where I'm not valued." That kind of man doesn't chase, he attracts. Because his presence says more than any words ever could. And that leads us straight into the final part of this series, where I'll show you how to develop that unshakable confidence from the inside out. The kind of confidence that makes people, not just women, respect you instantly. So don't go anywhere, because what comes next will change the way you see yourself forever. When a man walks away, not to prove a point, not to play games, But because he truly values himself too much to accept poor treatment, that's when he becomes truly magnetic. Because women, they sense something that most men don't. If you don't respect yourself enough to walk away from someone who treats you badly, how can you respect her enough to walk away from someone who might treat her badly one day? If you don't value yourself, how can you protect the things that truly matter? If you have no standards for yourself, how can you ever build a relationship based on real standards and real values? The man who knows when to walk away isn't cold or heartless. He's simply a man who knows who he is, a man who knows what aligns with his values, and who's strong enough not to compromise just because he's afraid of being alone. That quiet strength, that calm confidence, that self-respect, that's what women can't stop thinking about. Be honest, hearing this, has your idea of attraction completely changed? If it has, drop a comment below saying, "Mind blown." The challenge that will change your life. Now we've come to the most important part, the 30 days self-respect challenge. For the next 30 days, I want you to practice the art of walking away, not to manipulate anyone, not to seek attention, but simply because you respect yourself too much to accept anything less than what you deserve. Walk away from conversations that drain your energy. Walk away from people who constantly cancel on you. Walk away from places where you're not appreciated. Walk away from opportunities that don't align with your goals. And if you're ready, type, "I accept," in the comments. Then share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. I promise you, within just 30 days, you'll start to notice a shift. People will treat you differently. They'll respect your time more, value your presence more, and suddenly, they'll start chasing your approval instead of the other way around. Why? Because when you show that you're willing to walk away from what doesn't serve your worth, people realize something profound. Your presence is a choice, not a given, and choices are always valuable. Let's recap this mind-blowing journey. Women test men to see if they'll stand their ground. Evolution wired attraction toward men who can walk away from bad situations. The most attractive trait isn't being hard to get, it's being honest about your worth. And ultimately, self-respect is the most powerful aphrodisiac. But here's the truth, knowing this isn't enough. You have to apply it. Right now, I want you to do 5 things. 1. Hit subscribe. We're building a brotherhood of men who refuse to settle for less than they deserve. 2. Turn on the notification bell, because the next few videos are going to drop truth bombs that will transform the way you see dating and relationships. 3. Comment below. What's one thing in your life you know you need to walk away from? Let's keep each other accountable. 4. Share this video. I guarantee you know at least 3 guys who need to hear this message right now. 5. Like this video, if it opened your eyes to something you'd never realized before. And remember, you don't walk away because you don't care. You walk away because you care too much about yourself to keep accepting less than you deserve. That's the essence of a truly high-value man. Thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And don't forget, share your story below. Have you ever been the man who walked away? What happened after? Your story might be the wake-up call someone else needs today. We're not just building a YouTube channel here. We're building a movement, a community of people who know their worth and refuse to compromise it for anyone. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive into the 3 texts that make any woman chase you. And trust me, it's not what you think. Until then, keep walking toward your worth, and I'll see you there.